Welcome on to the campus of Mount Verde Academy, the home of Orlando City B. This game presented by Orlando Health. The Lions and Ignite for the third time on the campaign, and the Lions are still searching for their first goal against Lansing on the season. The last time out, it was August 3rd. It was a 3-0 affair in Michigan. The Lions making a mistake early, and guess what? Moshubani will make them pay. That finds the back of the net early on. It is 1-0. 33 goals on the season for the number 2 team currently in League One. The Lions had their chances. Santos working his way into the box, right foot, weak effort. It's cleared off the back line. Lions held off the board. They have given up 5 goals to Lansing on the season. Lansing likes to score on set pieces. Here is N4 with the header served up by Moshubani. And it is now 2-0 and a little breakdancing for your evening. The Lions still were trying to get on the board. And here is Tablante. Right foot, good effort, but it's punched away. 6 shots have been on target. They just haven't found the back of the net. By contrast, Lansing has 19 shots on target. 5 of them have come through the pipes. 14 corners, and as I said, they have really done well on set pieces for Nate Miller. And here is the last goal of the evening. Off the chest, here comes Carr. He's got all kinds of real estate to work with. He's going to rush it down. Mintz again. Let's see what you can do with your right foot. You get the goal. And it is 3-0 on the evening. That was then. This is tonight. The Lions and Ignite coming up next on ESPN Plus. Welcome back to Mount Verde Academy. This game presented by Orlando Health. Orlando Health is proud to be the official medical team of Orlando City Soccer Club. From orthopedics and sports medicine to virtually every medical specialty, Orlando Health has physicians throughout Central Florida to provide the care you need when you need it. Choose Orlando Health. Ignite in the house. All kinds of fans have made their way to Central Florida to cheer on their team from Michigan. The weather has been beautiful all day long here in Orlando. And how about this for Lansing? Next home game is the 22nd, North Texas in town. Love the name of this band. Full House, the ultimate 90s dance party, and it's presented by Labatt's $1, $2, $3 beer specials. All right, we take a look at the home team, and this is the way that Roberto Sabaja, in his third outing as the manager for the Lions, will go. Herrera will be in the pipes. Forbes, Silva, John, Hill in the back, Bender, Amir, Santos in the middle, Osewasu, McGrew, and Tablante up top. For Ignite, this is the way that they're going to line up. Cleveland, Stoneman, Fricky, Koifik, Moon with Serta and Gomez, and then Moshobani, N4, Mintz again, and hey, I love the name on the back of the number 20 jersey. That's Alex Bruce. I am Bruce Silverman. Welcome to this broadcast on ESPN, this League One affair between the Lions and Ignite. And you see that big keeper, that big body there in the red kit. That is Christian Herrera, the 22-year-old, who has a lot of championship experience. And it will be Lansing going from right to left on your television screen. They're wearing mostly orange, and that is Joshua Encarnacion. And Encarnacion has the Barbasol on his back hip. The boys in purple will be going from left to right. And we're just waiting for Encarnacion to blow his whistle. And there it is. We are underway. Third time on the season between these two teams. The first one out was 2-0 in Lansing, and then it was 3-0 for Lansing. And the Lions would love to get on the board tonight, would love to get on the board early, put pressure on the number 2 team in championship, and the flag will go the way of the Lions. Glad that you're with us here. Weather is ideal to play some football here in Central Florida. And they'll work from the back line. It's Brandon John over for Silva, the biggest man on the pitch. Well, at least in terms of weight. The tallest man on the pitch is the 6'7" Herrera. Sending it forward and then sending it back. Here's Lansing with an opportunity. But it is number 13, Jordan Hill, getting the start as right fullback tonight. Sending it forward. McGrew will give chase. But it is Cleveland who will stop the action. The Lions with an opportunity, and that is good news for them early on to move forward. Cleveland putting it into the awaiting chest of Silva, who has to go all the way back to Herrera. Herrera will dictate the pace from the back and hand it off to Brandon John, the 24-year-old from Canada, sliding it over for Amir. You're going to see Amir sliding back, adding some defensive assault, and then sending it back to Herrera. Herrera, that left foot, sending it out of play, and the opportunity is over for the Lions. The Lions are a team built from youth, a lot of OCSC talent as well as Mount Verde talent. Lansing with a lot more experience, and it shows in the way that they have played in the last 7 games out for Nate Miller. They have gone 3 wins and 4 draws in that time. And as a result, they have cemented themselves in second place and in a playoff position if the season was to end right now. Still a lot of football left to play. They played 22 games. They will play 28 on the season. And right now, they really have not had an opportunity to possess the ball. Here's the first time for Lansing, trying to control the pace of play. Moving into the circle, tackled from behind. Silva whistled for the infraction. And N4 was the man who was brought down. Tablante having a conversation with Encarnacion as you see Silva pulling down N4 from behind inside the circle. And that's where the action starts. Mintz again getting ridden out of the box, last touched by Jordan Hill. So the first corner of the evening coming up for Ignite. And there's Mr. Sibaha getting his third start as the manager for the Lions. They go short, and they'll build from the outside. And this one will belong to Herrera. He will kick it away here in the 4th minute. Both teams feeling each other out despite the fact that they know each other very, very well after 2 affairs in Michigan. And there is Nate Miller sending it out for Hill, 50-50, won by Ignite. Stillman putting a head on it, but they just can't control it. Here's Bender being ridden off the ball, getting it all the way back to John, who goes to his keeper. And Herrera will send everybody forward. Herrera, who has played for Swope, Portland, and Real Monarchs in the championship, will send it forward, and Cleveland will end up with it. Ball in his hands. He'll highlight it out. Up top, Cleveland Player of the Month in June in League One. And he's already been called in to action. And if you think about it, keepers don't usually get named as the Player of the Month very often. So that just shows you what kind of performance he had for Ignite. And that's one of the reasons why they're sitting in 2nd place right now. Tablante. And that is a reckless challenge. Lucky he's not going into the book. Moshe Bani, the South African, will take his time getting up. A member of Kaiser Chiefs. And you see exactly what Tablante does here, trying to get control of the ball, and he takes out Moshe Bani. He'll walk away, and in the 6th minute, set-piece opportunity for Nate Miller, and Nate Miller has really taught this team how to take advantage of set pieces. The Barbasol is down, 2-man wall. And Ignite joins the wall. Curling it into the box. Sent high, 50-50, won by Hill momentarily. And then finally cleared off that back line. And Ignite retreats momentarily. Ball sent forward into the final third. Opportunity. Centering, and that's knocked away. Corner coming up. Mintz again, the Valparaiso graduate, Player of the Month in July. So 2 months in a row, Lansing has members of their club leading the charge in League One. In-swinger coming up. And Gomez is told to hold everything up. Encarnacion trying to settle everybody down, making sure that this is a game that stays in control throughout the evening. And you see that beautiful lake behind the pitch, making this one of the most unique venues in League One. Very high in the air. Header, and then the sweeping shot knocked away, then headed back out of play. Serta put a right foot on it and then a head on it, and the Chilean gives Herrera an opportunity to kick this one away. Serta played 4 years at the University of Michigan and then starts his pro career in Michigan as well. Was on the Team of the Week in the 13th week. He was also the Team Player of the Month in May and June for Lansing. And Herrera will send everybody forward. Herrera with the right foot, which is interesting. You'll see him use his left foot and right foot to move the ball down the pitch. Somewhat rare for a keeper. Ball spending a lot of time in the air. Flag goes the direction of the visitors. And a quick throw coming up for Stoneman. He goes backwards. Fricky back to Cleveland. Cleveland surveying his options. He'll give it back to Fricky. McGrew is giving chase. Santos comes up to say hello. Finally, Ignite able to send it towards the middle of the pitch, and they're charging forward. Opportunity in the middle of the pitch. Moshe Bani is stopped up by Herrera. Moshe Bani who has enjoyed scoring against this team, almost had another one. If he had just had a little bit lighter of a touch as he approached the 18, he might have very well have been able to chip Herrera, but Herrera is able to cover up. Mushubane unable to break the scoring open here in the 9th minute. Ball intended for McGrew, and Lansing can reverse the direction of play. Tablante can't put a foot on it. Mintz again. And he still is going, getting past Hill, working his way across the pitch, has to go backwards. Lansing still on it. Pass is a little heavy, and Silva is able to earn it. Alex Bruce whistled on the infraction. The 20-year-old out of Newcastle played a year ago in USL Championship with San Antonio. And here's an opportunity for Orlando to move forward. Both of these teams had the weekend off a week ago, so well rested. And the last time either one of these teams played, it was on the 3rd of August in Lansing. Same night that Orlando City was doing battle with Philadelphia Union. Herrera, right foot, sending it forward. Lansing sends it back. And neither team able to control until Moises Tablante sending it forward. Santos was trying to gather it in, but he just couldn't control it. And Stoneman will get the ball back, send it over to Fricky, the 27-year-old out of Iowa. And Koifit now sending it long distance, right on a dime, and here comes Lansing marching their way into the final third. Having to pull up the brakes as Kobe Osewusu was playing some defense, and Lansing finds their way into the middle of the pitch, sending it back, sending it forward. Nick Moon on the wing, well defended, loses the handle, but it will be Moon who gets to throw it in. 11th minute, we're scoreless. Lansing has had chances. They just haven't been able to take a clean shot on Herrera. Action's been side to side, and both of the keepers have been able to clear everything out. And you see that battle right there. Brandon John riding the ball out towards the touchline, sent forward. And Orlando City able to control it. Amir sending it out for Santos. Forbes. Santos getting it back, well defended, sending Amir back, and that's what I was talking about. On defense, you're going to see Amir drop back as the fullbacks will go forward, and Amir becomes the third defender in the middle. Here's Hill, well defended, and he'll have to go back to his 22-year-old keeper out of New Mexico. Ball sent forward. Lansing puts a head on it, 50-50, won by Lansing, but then Tablante sending it high in the air. N4 fouled, so the action will go the other way just as we're entering the 13th minute of action. And so far, the Lions doing a good job of really preventing Ignite from exerting their will. Reckless foul, and we're going to have the first card of the evening. And that's handed out. Right there. And that's Forbes. Forbes going into the book in the 13th minute. So Lansing will start it up. Mintz again, the Brazilian, and there are a lot of Brazilians wearing purple this evening. And he'll kick this one away. And we're now in the 14th minute. He'll go short, get it right back, sending it forward. Lansing on the wing. Moon pulling up the brakes, trying to work around Forbes. Slides it into the middle. Looked like there was going to be a dummy pass, but it was Bruce who jumped on it. And now the Lions have an opportunity. A lot of real estate in front. McGrew is led to the corner. He'll get there just outside the box. He'll bring it into the box. Laying off for Osei-Wusu, put it behind him. Moises Tablante covers up, goes to Hill. Hill gives it back. Scoring opportunity was there for the Lions, but the pass was behind Osei-Wusu. And the Lions with an opportunity in the 14th minute, and they have to retreat. Scoring opportunities for OCB have come in drips and drabs throughout the season, and it's opportunities like that is an example of why they have struggled to score. They have 3 wins on the season. All of them have come here at home at Mount Verde Academy. Hill leading McGrew, battle towards the goal line. McGrew is whistled for the infraction, and the opportunity is now over. Orlando Health is proud to be the official medical team of Orlando City Soccer. From orthopedics and sports medicine to virtually every medical specialty, Orlando Health has physicians throughout Central Florida to provide the care you need when you need it. Choose Orlando Health. 15-minute, we are scoreless, so we're a third of the way through the first half. Errant pass, controlled by Hill. Pressure put on, gets it forward. Amir sending it long, looking for McGrew, but Lansing is there to control it. Koifik, the 24-year-old out of France, who actually played collegiately in Broward County, Florida, as well as young Harris. And there's an opportunity and a shot on Herrera, and Herrera comes up big there. We stay scoreless through 16. Herrera will send everyone forward, survey his options, and then decide to serve it up. And this one he will use his right foot for. Call right now for Alex Bruce to put pressure on Herrera. No pressure put on. The right foot is sent down the pitch. Stoneman sending it back. But an opportunity right now for Forbes to dictate the pace. Up ahead. Ball sent out of play. McGrew at the top. Now that was Osei-Wusu. He gets the throw. Going back all the way, and Silva's going to have to retreat to pick it up. One of the things that OCB struggles with is passes being on target. We saw it earlier with that scoring opportunity and the pass behind Osei-Wusu. John going ahead, and there is an example of passes just not being as sharp as the Lions would like. Stoneman throwing it in. Serta back for Koifik. Taking his time. Now sending it forward. And a great chance for Lansing, but once again, Herrera, Johnny on the spot. Rafa Mintz again just can't gather it in and take a quality shot. And that has been the story so far through 18 minutes. Both teams have had opportunities but have not been able to take quality shots on the opposing keeper. Herrera making his 7th start on the season. Throw in for OCB coming up. Herrera coming into the game 540 minutes. He's made 27 saves. He's given up 8 goals. And Jordan Hill surveying his options going forward. Found his intended target in Santos. But Lions lose the handle, but here's Tablante getting it back, going for Silva. Now sent forward. Forbes cutting inside, controlling it. Gets his pocket picked momentarily. Set piece coming up. Forbes still down. Encarnacion not really seeing the damage. John coming in and having a conversation with Joshua Encarnacion. And the referee is going to have to take control of the situation before this set piece opportunity. You see the frustration on Brandon John's face. And you hear the conversation about whether or not this was a yellow card. After the yellow card was handed out to Forbes in the 13th minute, Forbes taking the brunt of that one, but a card not handing out. So one of the newest members of OCB gives the Lions a set-piece opportunity here at the end of the 19th minute. Sent into the box and into the awaiting hands of Cleveland. Served up by Santos, the 24-year-old. Lansing will have to retreat all the way back to Stoneman. Across for Koifik. Sent forward and then sent back. Gomez gave it back to Koifik. He now tries to go forward, knocked away by Santos. And Koifik will go over and take this throw as we are in the 20th minute, remain scoreless. The better chances have come way of Lansing. They just haven't been able to put those quality shots on Herrera. So far on the evening, Lansing, with the opportunities they've had, have waited too long to get the shot off, gotten too close to Herrera, giving Herrera an opportunity to pounce on the loose ball. Lansing moving forward. Mintz again, flicking it forward. Ball into the box, wide open, opportunity to score, and he misses. Moshobani, he's going to have nightmares on that one. He allowed Herrera to come in, cut off the angle. He went wide right once again. Lansing taking too long to take their scoring chances. If Moshobani had been able to one-time it or just control it a little bit faster before he took that shot off, this very well could have been a 1-0 game, but that has been the story for Lansing. Holding the ball too long, allowing Herrera to come up, cut off the angle, and prevent the goal. John sending it forward, looking for Bender. Bender losing the handle. Here comes Lansing once again. N4, ridden off beautifully by Forbes. Throw in coming up. Forbes really having to time that one well inside the box for two reasons. One, obvious. You foul a man inside the box, you put a man on the spot. The second one, maybe not so obvious. In the 13th minute, he had already picked up a yellow card, so he's going to have to be careful. Lansing, opportunity in the box. They find the back of the net here in the 22nd. 1-0 for the visitors, and Javier Gomez gets the goal. Gomez with his third on the season. So the visitors strike first, their sixth goal of the campaign against Orlando City. Their 34th goal as a team. Beautiful backheel pass. Gomez stays with it. Left foot finds the back of the net. We get the ground level shot. And each time you saw that replay, Gomez scores. 1-0 for the visitors. And their leading 34th goal. And this is the 99th game of League One action. We've got a very special package for you. At halftime, we're going to show you some of the best moments in League One through the 99 games. And all of the moments were selected by broadcasters who have called the games in this league. First year of League One, every game has been carried here on ESPN+. McGrew for Tablante, carrying it into the box. He'll center, knocked away, and just covered up by Cleveland before the Lions were able to pounce. And you see the Dayton native settling everybody down before he highlights it out. Tablante will put pressure on Stoneman. And Stoneman will dance around, sending it into the middle. And Lansing having another opportunity. Bruce going to the outside for N4. And Forbes trying to usher it out, throwing it in quickly. Osei-Wusu sending it all the way back to his keeper. Right foot to Blante. Has to gather it up, stolen away. Mintz again gets his pocket pick, but a whistle is blown right in front of Roberto Sabaha. And here is McGrew. Very casual pass to DeBlante. Trying to chip far post, upper 90. Cleveland got his hands on it, knocked it away. Osei-Wusu was waiting on it, but did not pounce on it, and Cleveland did. And we remain 1-0. Ignite through 25 minutes. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Here come the Lions. Opportunity to even it up. Sending it forward, and another pass doesn't make the mark, stolen away. Bender was looking for it to Blante, and Bender stops the opportunity. Serta sent it into the body, and a throw-in coming up. Stoneman looking for some refreshments before he throws it in. Throwing it in, finding Bruce. Tablante gets there, and it hits the hand of Austin Amir. And you see how Amir moves the ball. Actually, Encarnacion says it belongs to the Lions. But you see the way Amir works the pitch. He'll move forward as an attacker, or lay back and play as a central defender. Silva, and look at this, Lansing, 8 wins, only 1 loss when they score first, but 13 games with points when they get on the board before their opponent. And when OCB gives it up for the first time, they have not earned themselves a win in only 1 point through those 13 games. One of the reasons they only have 13 points on the season. Stoneman surveying his options, throwing it long distance, and you see Brandon John playing some defense on Bruce. Ball is cleared out the back by Silva, and you see how disjointed the defense is for the Lions. Silva, who is the left center back, moving over to the right, bailing out Brandon John and Jordan Hill. Stoneman marching his way forward, easy throw. Mintz again having to go all the way back to Koifik. He sees what he likes, going over the top, foot race. Moon gets there before Forbes. Moon making the move inside. Forbes put a body on it, but the Lions unable to clear it out until now. Amir leading the charge, out wide. Santos looking for McGrew. He gathers it up. He's taking it down. And Koifik's going to go into the book in the 28th minute. So the Frenchman becomes the first man in Joshua Encarnacion's book for the visitors. Set piece opportunity for the Lions. First one, it was Santos, Rafa Santos, who served it up. Early in the season, you would never see the Lions actually serve the ball in the box on a set piece. That has changed as the season has wore on, and Sabaha has allowed the Lions to take their chances. Lifting it up into the box, trying to get ahead on it. Tablante gathers it up. Heavy touch, unable to get a shot off. Another opportunity for the Lions, and they just can't capitalize. Stolen away. Here is John out wide for Hill. numbers forward, gets his pocket pick, but there's Jordan Bender, the 18-year-old out of Orlando, surveying his options, and the Lions have to retreat. Silva, the lone man in a purple kit on that side of the pitch. Amir surveying his options, sees what he likes on the right. To Blante, flag is up. More opportunities for the Lions. They just cannot capitalize. Still looking for the equalizer. And we're nearly 30 minutes into this game.
Good idea. Let's go. Keep working. Nick, keep going. Nick, Elba, come inside.
Cleveland, high in the air, left foot. N4 put his head on it, but he put it out of play. Nick Moon was trying to move over to get it. Nick Moon, player of the week in USL League One in week 3, 10, and 18 out of Wales, Wisconsin, and played his college ball at Wisconsin Milwaukee. Highlight for Nick Moon early in this season, scored at Madison in front of family and friends. So if you're going to go on the road and stay in your home state, you might as well get a goal while you're there. Ball's too heavy for Amir. Here comes Lansing once again. Bruce trying to chip the keeper. Just goes over the bar in the 30th minute. We stay at 1-0.
Alex, that was 17 and 8.
Alex Bruce looking for another goal on the evening. Just couldn't find the back of the net, lifted it just a little high. Had he been able to get it to drop, it would have been his 4th on the season. Herrera will kick it away as we're now in the 31st. Right foot, strong right foot, looking like Brian Rowe from the big club. And that goes all the way back to Cleveland. Santos was trying to get there, held off by Koifik. Cleveland will take his time. Rolling it out. Cleveland on loan from the Chicago Fire. And you see Santos trying to play defense on Gomez. Forbes looks like he's going to get there first, timed it perfectly. N4 not happy. He wanted the flag to go his way. Forbes looking to throw it back in. 32nd minute, surveying his options. Lions just need to figure out a way to control the ball a little bit better in the final third. They've been doing a good job in their own third, working the ball into the middle, but the opportunities going off the board, and it is those errant passes by the Lions that create chances for their opponents. They do earn it back. Osei-Wusu going back to Santos. Silva, left foot chipping forward, but it will be Stoneman who will gather it up. Touch on it, throw it out.
Let's move it, guys. Less touches.
And now move it forward. Lansing, the work the top, stolen away by Osei-Wusu, and he'll work his way all the way back to Herrera. Herrera, as you saw a moment ago, with a very, very strong right foot. Once again, sending it down the pitch, but not to anyone wearing a purple kit. Hill keeps it in play, but gives it up. Stoneman picks it up, sending it out wide, looking for N4. Battling with Forbes. We're going to see that battle all night long. N4 having to go back to Moon. Pulls up the brakes, gets it back to Gomez. Stoneman. Fricky. Serta taking his time to get it out to Koifik. Long distance pass right on the mark. leading Bruce, but it's cleared out. Throwing coming up for the visitors. And as this game is wore on, Lansing settling themselves down, passing with more precision. Fans follow OCB and the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN+. Home to USL, MLS, UFC, the US Open Cup, and more. Join over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch League One every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Ball works all the way onto the other side of the pitch. The Lansing still in control. Fricky for Stoneman. Up ahead and out of play. Throw-in coming up. Forwards will take the honors. We're 35 minutes into this one. Lansing has outscored the Lions 6-0 on the season. McGrew trying to challenge, but Serta was able to gather it up. Ignite in control, finding those passing lanes, moving the ball around well and staying on it. Heads up play by Moon to put it off the body of Forbes and earn the throw right near the middle of the pitch. A number of fans from Michigan making their way to Central Florida. And will they see another goal here? Flicking it forward, cleared out by Hill, but Lansing right back on it. Mouth of the 18, knocked away, ball pinballing around before Brandon John clears it out. Fricky will gather it up all the way back to Cleveland. Another great opportunity by Lansing. They just come up short. The Lions playing good defense right in front of Herrera to bail them out and make sure that it isn't a 2-0 affair. Long distance pass. McGrew put his head on it. Now Lansing trying to make something happen. Stoneman, just enough pressure by Tablante to put it out wide for Koifik. Sliding it over Gomez, back to Koifik. McGrew playing some defense, fires it forward. Lansing now on Orlando City's side of the pitch. Stoneman into the middle for Gomez. Serta, Gomez, Stoneman. Serta sliding it forward, back to Gomez, back to Koifik. Very patient right now on the buildup. Here's Gomez, the goal scorer in the 22nd minute. And these string of passes is one of the reasons why Lansing is sitting second on the table. Now in their 23rd game. It's this quality of play, wearing down the defense, trying to find the passing lanes to move forward. They move it all the way back to Cleveland. Fricky. Stoneman. Serta out to Koifik. And the number of passes have to be in the 20s by now. They'll work their way forward. Nothing too long. Everything under control. When we see the statistics at halftime on the time of possession, this will be one of the reasons why Lansing will have the advantage. Gomez. Now the ball moving forward. And Lansing still on it. They have spent the better part of the last minute on their side of the pitch. Very little pressure by OCB. Finally, Fricky sending it forward. Hill putting his head on it, getting it back to Herrera. Little surprised that Lansing, who was in total control, lost their patience and went over the top. And here's an opportunity. McGrew getting it back from Hill, sent forward to Bender, gets his pocket picked, And we might see a long string of passes once again by Lansing. Osewusu coming over to say hello, putting enough pressure on. Lansing will move forward. N4 leading the charge. Feeling pressure from Forbes into the box, centering. Hill will gather it up, but he did not gather it up fast enough. Nearly created a great scoring chance for Gomez looking for the brace. That would have been Bruce. Bruce would have been looking for his second. N4 sending it forward, looking for Bruce. Hill's there, but he's not able to clear it up. Goes past the goal line. And a corner coming up for Ignite. Gomez will go over and take this one. Nope, it won't be. He'll back off. Moshobani will take him on the other side, so Moshobani becomes the short option as Gomez looks to tee it up. Exactly what he does. In-swinger punched out by Herrera. All the way back to Moon, and Moon will gather it up the edge of the circle. Serta. Moshobani. Stoneman gathered up by Gomez. Mintz again into the box. Hill in front of him, and Hill just gave Gomez another opportunity to serve it up, giving me an opportunity to tell you, looking for the latest USL League One news and content, follow at League One on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for exclusive access and updates. Gomez from the bottom of the screen. Whistle stops that opportunity. Player down for Ignite, and that is Kevin Koifik. So they'll go over and attend to him. Koifik, player on the team of the week in week 7, 9, and 13. We get another look on this service, and you see he runs into the body of Mateus Silva, and it's 6'2", 205. That is not going to be an easy collision. 41st minute. Herrera looking to kick this one away. Javier Gomez picked up the only goal so far on the evening in the 22nd minute. He sends it forward. And Lansing on it once again, led by Gomez. Serves it up to the outside. Mintz again. Inside the box, now outside the box. Gomez from distance. We're going to stay where we are. Another corner, and we're getting very familiar with Xavier Gomez jogging out to this side of the pitch. 24-year-old out of Chicago. He was the 41st pick in the MLS Super Draft in 2018, taken by Minnesota United. And Minnesota is the next opponent for Orlando City. The Lions in Minneapolis tomorrow night. Gomez serving it up high, headed out by the Lions. Sent back in by Lansing. Opportunity coming up on the set piece. Moises Tablante is going to get a conversation, and he's going to get a yellow card from Encarnacion, and a set piece coming up. That will take place in the 42nd minute, maybe the 43rd minute.
24.
But the yellow card will go to Tablante in the 42nd minute. And we see exactly why he picked up that whistle. And there it is. So Tablante in the book, along with Jelani Forbes, two-man wall, and he's joined right there. Quick start, serving it up, and that is just cleared off that line inside the 6. And another corner coming up. And just the way these corners have been coming up for Ignite, you see why they lead the league in corner kicks. Just serving the ball into the box, creating chances. And the only thing that the Lions can do is clear it off that goal line, and Gomez will serve it up once again. Nate Miller loves for his team to score on set pieces. Looking to get another one here, punched out once again. And everything will slow down as the flag went up. Herrera will kick it away. We're in the 44th. This has been a relatively quick first half. So do not anticipate that there will be much stoppage time at all. Herrera out to Bender. And now sent forward Amir. On the wing, it's going to be Forbes sending it down the line. Tablante now on the left, sending it into the middle. Touched just enough. Here's Kobiose Wusu cutting back. Didn't get the shot off. Amir tried to take the shot from about 22 out, and he just chopped on it. Not anywhere close. Very wide left. And Cleveland will kick this one away. For Ignite, the patience has been there. The quality of passing has been there. They've gotten that one goal, as we said, Javier Gomez in the 22nd minute. The Lions have had some buildups, have had some counter opportunities, but they just haven't taken quality shots against Cleveland, and that has been the story for the Lions throughout the season, where the big club has created just about more chances than anyone else throughout the season. OCB has not created nearly as many chances, and they certainly have not taken advantage of the opportunities that they have created. Ball sent forward once again, that precision passing by Lansing. Stoneman switching sides. Moon is there. Forbes comes over to say hello, but not anywhere close. Another opportunity. Ridden out of the 18, gathered up by Kobiose Wusu, but he gives it right back to Stoneman. Stoneman trying to cut inside. We've got 1 minute of added time for your viewing pleasure as Gomez dribbles himself right out of the play. And here comes Kobiose Wusu leading McGrew, but it's cleared out by Forbes. Another example of the quality of passing just not there for the Lions. And another scoring opportunity off the board. Kobiose Wusu leading William McGrew the wrong way. Here is McGrew inside the box. He lifts it too high. We're halfway through added time. McGrew with an opportunity in the box, but he gets underneath it from about 8-9 yards out on the angle. Cleveland will take his time, kick it away, and try to just run out the clock here on the first half of action. Sun has set here in Central Florida on the campus of Mount Verde Academy. And Lansing Ignite find themselves just a few seconds away from going into the locker room 1-0, and that will do it as Joshua Encarnacion blows the whistle. So that gives us an opportunity to jump out and take a break here on ESPN Plus. When we come back, we've got a very special halftime as we will take you around USL League One through the first 98 games and show you some of the best plays so far in this league. 1-0. We'll be back in a moment on ESPN Plus. Welcome back to Mount Verde Academy. Halftime between the Lions and Ignite. Tonight is the 99th game in league history, and we asked all the announcers, what was your favorite moment throughout the season to this point? Well, here's mine. June 7th, the Lions taking on Madison. Serginho serving it up. Here's Souza gathering it up in the final third, cutting to the right foot, bang, side net, beat Silvestri, and that was my moment. What is everybody else's? Time to take a look.
In the history of the league, stands to be a game winner.
Professional contract. Soccer's ball played in. It's awkward at the back, and it's the opening goal for North Texas. It's the ball. Now acres of space here for Romero, who's into the penalty area. Here's Romero dragging across, and it's turned in. Up with the ball. It out to that far side. The backwards header might be on here for a hat trick, and it will be for Ricardo Pepi, who takes advantage of the mistake in the back from Richard Dixon, and it's a hat trick.
Near post headed on into the back of the net. Triumph convert. Schaffelberg. Cut across a couple, and he does. Great skill, Jacob Schaffelberg. Jacob Schaffelberg, 1-1. Brilliant goal by Jacob Schaffelberg. Did it all himself to level matters.
Patiently waits. The most dangerous player, perhaps in USL League One. Pepi curls! Ricardo Pepi, brilliance!
To put a ball in the back of the net. Here's Brandon Beeman going down the right flank early on in this match. It's headed on, and there's the goal! Paulo Jr. nearly 45 seconds in, and Madison scores the fastest goal in USL League One history. How about that for a start?
That's a hat trick for number 10, Stephen B.
Walker, the strike trickles in there. It's a goal out of nowhere. The players expecting that foul to be called, but instead the dribbler gets past Herrera. 1-0 to the Triumph.
Inward swinging ball towards the back, headed in, and that one off the crossbar pops out, and that shot finds the back for the first goal in less than 60 seconds. On the board for FC Tucson is Kyle Venter.
Goal for number 12, Kyle Venter.
Not bad for 99 games. Number 100 will be played tomorrow. Through 99 in the league, 246 goals, and Lansing leads with 33 coming into tonight. Hat tricks, there have been 3 of them, 2 of them in North Texas, courtesy of Pepe and Damus, and Stephen Beatty in Chattanooga has another one. What's coming up for championship? Well, Wednesday night on ESPN, North Carolina is going to host Tampa Bay.
Fortune can hit from here. Oh!
McCarthy once more. Blasted back in, and it's a goal for North Carolina FC. Big shot and score. And Ben Spees lets one fly and drills it.
Coming and off Hara and in. What a move.
Shot blocked. Follow up. And that one blocked. Ball still loose.
Manley will try to create here. Gets it in. Here's Rowe. Up ahead. Continuing cuts back. Strike coming. And just beyond the reach of Mangles it's in. Towards the box. Cuts around Avalle. Goes down the strike. Philly on the save at the near post. Through the traffic. Knocks it on. Soto there. Back. The shot. And in. Josue Soto off the bench and putting Chattanooga up 2-1.
A little trickery now, maybe. McCabe goes for goal, and it's an excellent free kick. A long run-up produces a long-range effort from Niall McCabe. Not the first time that he cuts through from Dalgard. Dalgard still with it. He tees it up. Great effort, and a terrific opening goal for Hartford Athletic, coming by the way of Sebastian Dalgard.
Opportunities for the opponent. This ball comes in, headed away only to the top of the box. To Langsdorff, fully off the chest, and Portland has the lead in the 3rd minute.
Still Zach Sandy to drive, and what a save by Matt Pickens.
Sent in towards the back post, headed on. Calais Brown, what a save.
John Maduro, watch him on the tail end of this. He knows how good of a save it is. He turns around, slaps a little high five. Devon George's going to be robbed. Calais Brown.
League One news and notes. Wondering why Lansing is in second place? Here's why. Last 7 games out, 3 wins, 4 draws. That will get you up the table. Road, well, last weekend, and we'll show it to you in a moment, road teams fared very well. Carlos Gomez, congratulations. You are the player of the week. A week ago, teams, as I said, faring very well when they got on the bus and on the plane. Greenville gets the win on the road. South Georgia, they lose to Chattanooga. The Richmond Kickers go into Forward Madison. They get the win. Only draw on the weekend, North Texas and Tucson. The standings. This is just about anybody's league right now with the exception of OCB. North Texas, 35 points through only 19 games. Lansing in second with 33 in 22. But you've got teams like Richmond and Toronto and Tucson and Forward Madison and Greenville all vying for those precious 1 through 4 spots. Don't go away because we've got a lot more action for you on ESPN Plus. Chattanooga hosting North Texas. Greenville will have Forward Madison. Richmond will host Toronto. And South Georgia, guess what? Tucson is coming your way. What do we got for you next? We got highlights and stats on the other side of the break and the second half. Don't go away. You're watching the Lions and Ignite on ESPN Plus. Welcome back. OCB and Lansing. It was Lansing getting the opening goal. Gomez at the 22nd minute. We get an opportunity to show you the first half of action. Third time these two teams have done battle on the season. In the daylight, Lansing opening opportunity. And here is Oshobane. Just couldn't get that left foot to the shot. And getting there first was Christian Herrera. A little bit later in the first half, going over the top. And here is Mintz again. And once again, Herrera is there to slide into the ball and prevent the visitors from getting on the ball, getting in the back of the net. Great individual effort here. Ball pinballing around and then finding the back of the net. Gomez with his third on the season. N4 with that beautiful back heel to keep things alive inside the 18. That was all the scoring we had for you in the first half. The Lansing fans made the trip to Central Florida. McGrew on the outside. Tablante working his way into the box, lifting it up. It's punched away by Cleveland, and then he gathers up at the edge of the 6. Tablante had his opportunities, just couldn't get it past Cleveland. The opportunities have been there, and as you see, 2 shots, none of them on target. Lansing only put 1 on target, but that's the only one they needed. We knew the possession was going to go Lansing's way, 63-37. 2 cards to 1 in favor of the Lions, and we are just ready to get underway, waiting for Joshua Encarnacion to blow his whistle. We have switched sides. The boys in purple are the Lions. They'll go from right to left on your screen, and in orange, and then graduating down to white with the orange kits, it is Lansing Ignite going from left to right. Lions looking for their first goal through 3 games with Lansing. They just haven't found the back of the net yet. You see the frustration there as Silva went to Amir instead of Forbes on the outside. Ball over the top. McGrew is the intended target. It goes all the way back to Cleveland, and Cleveland will move everything forward. Right foot short of the stripe, then headed back. McGrew will give chase, battling with Stoneman, and Stoneman puts it out of play, and throwing coming up. Just a matter of who will take it, and it will be Jordan Hill getting the start for the Lions on the right side, that fullback position. Osei-Wusu in front of him. You see wearing that number 8. That's not where they go. Santos was the man who touched it momentarily, but here comes Oshobane. He's got some running room as Emir is chasing back. Osei-Wusu comes over to help out. Osei-Wusu will force a turnover there. And Amir into the middle for Tablante. Lays off for Amir. Forbes will have to control it. Pressure by Moon as Moon pushes it forward. And in the 47th minute, it will be Forbes, one of the newest members of OCB. Forbes going back to Silva. And here, 50-50, Osei-Wusu was unable to put a head on it, so here comes Mintz again. Still on the ball, chipping it into the box. And N4 just wasn't able to gather it up, defended just well enough for Herrera to kick it away. Flag actually went up, and Herrera will move it over. Nope. He'll put it on the line and kick it away. 48th minute, Lions need to do a better job in the second half of stringing together passes, creating opportunities. The passes need to be sharper. That is something that has been an Achilles heel of the Lions throughout the season. not being able to connect with passes, specifically in their vertical attack. Long throw in, and they give it up too easy. Lansing under control. At one point in the first half, Lansing had strung together about 20-30 passes before they became impatient and sent it forward. Tablante putting pressure on Cleveland. Koifik back to Cleveland, leaving the goal open. But Lansing able to send it forward. Looks like the Lions came out of the locker room looking to play a little bit higher or a little bit more of aggressive of a press. Sent back. Brandon John through the circle to Silva. Forbes. Back to Silva. Long distance pass intercepted momentarily by Gomez. N4 put a foot on it. Back to Gomez. Koifik leading Bruce. Bruce trying to get around Silva. Bruce into the box. And that is touched last by Silva. No. AR on the near side gives it to the Lions. It looked like it was last touched by the Lions. Anticipating some substitutes early in this second half for the Lions. We'll sort out those substitutions possibly on the next stoppage of play. Santos unable to put a foot on it. N4 getting it over to Gomez. Reckless play there against Tablante. Tablante already working on a yellow card, running away quickly. And we get the substitutions here as Kobe Usewusu, his evening is now over. And coming in for Kobe Usewusu is Souza. So Souza coming in, and Santos is going to come out, and he is being substituted. And we'll get that second substitution sorted out for you momentarily. Lansing switching sides, intercepted by Forbes. Lansing getting it back. And here is Koifik on the wing, serving it into the middle. Punched wide. Great opportunity, good ball movement by Lansing. Mintz again just couldn't take advantage of the break. Quintero came in for Santos. And here is another look. Ball all the way through, just punched wide. Here comes Lansing once again. Seems like we've seen this movie before. Bruce out for N4. Sending it back. Gomez retreating. A little bit higher pressure. Forcing Lansing to go all the way back. Chipping it forward. Herrera trying to usher it out. And just does it. Just able to hold off Nick Moon. So here's Herrera, now in the 53rd minute. He'll send it forward, using that right foot. Past the strike, sent forward once again, N4. Working around Amir. Amir going to have to play some defense again. He backed off. Moshabani inside the box, working towards the 6, hits the body of Forbes, and that's going to find the back of the net. And it's now 2-0 in the 54th. And it is Rafa Mintz again. The Brazilian makes it 2-0. The player of the month in July just picked up another goal on the season. That is his 5th. We get another look. Moshabani off the body of Forbes, using his head, serving it forward. And Mintz again just volleys it home, and it's 2-0. That is the 7th goal against none for Lansing in the 3 matches between these two teams. And the number 2 team on the table looking to actually leapfrog North Texas. North Texas has played 19 games on the season. They currently have 35 points. 10 wins, 4 losses, 5 draws. Their goal differential is 8. Lansing's goal differential is 3. They will play now at the end of this game 23 games and have 36 points. But remember, 23 versus 19. North Texas still controlling their destiny in terms of having an opportunity to host in the postseason all the way through. Back heel by Quintero to Souza. Bender has to go backwards. John for Hill. And this is the most possession that the Lions have had in the second half. John still moving forward and then giving it up. Just enough pressure from behind. Here comes Lansing. Lots of running room and lots of friends in orange kits. Opportunity left and right. Goes off the body of Tablante. Coming back the other way. Tablante. Over for Bender. Working in the middle. Pressured off just enough, and that ball goes all the way back to Cleveland. And you hear the coaching that's going on from Nate Miller. In League One, a lot of coaching taking place on the sideline. One of the reasons why the players and the teams generally have gotten better as the season has gone on. Very active coaching taking place by Nate Miller. Had a great conversation with Nate earlier in the week. Here's N4. Sliding it into the middle. Moshabani. Oh, here's a great opportunity for a draw. Thought he was going to have the brace. Mintz again just being too selfless, but he has another opportunity. And once again, just can't get it past the 6'7" Herrera. Mintz again, 2 opportunities in about 30 seconds to get a brace. Gets the ball just outside the 6, had an opportunity to score. He laid it off, didn't put enough pace on the pass, and that opportunity was gone. But here's another one just outside the 6. And when you're 6'7", you can stretch out like that. Christian Herrera getting another save. Herrera just 22 years old out of New Mexico, but he has a tremendous amount of experience in the USL system. Played for Swope Park Rangers, Portland 2, and Real Monarchs. And now playing for the Lions. Ball forward for Moon. Forbes marking him. Moon working his way towards the 18, punched away, sent in, headed out. And Souza giving it up too easily. Gomez into the middle. That's lifted out of play. 58th minute, 2-0 Lansing. Coming into this game, they had 33 goals on the season. They now have 35. 7 of them coming against Orlando City B. Herrera, long distance, McGrew got a head on it. Moon. Souza stealing it away. Here's Bender. Bender being pulled back, but muscling his way through. Trying to find a way to get it into the box. And that goes out of play, and that is another example of OCB having chances in the final third, becoming impatient, and the opportunity going off the board. Throughout the season, OCB really not taking advantage of opportunities that they have created. Lansing working the top. Great job by Jordan Hill to muscle his way onto the ball. Ball sent off the body. Last touched by Quintero. And a throw in for Lansing here. And we are now an hour into this match. Lansing in full control as the Lions have failed to put a shot on frame. And it is nearly impossible to score without doing that. Amir over for Souza. Stolen away. And then Silva getting it back, sending it long distance, well off the mark. Quintero fighting for it. Tablante waiting on it. Tablante getting past the defender. Doing a good job, but now double teamed, giving it up. Trying to play defense now to get it back. Gomez. And now Lansing doing what they do best, just stringing together passes before the ball goes out of play, and Jordan Hill will throw it in. Here's McGrew trying to pick up the first one of the night. Out for Souza. Flicking it forward. Quintero is the intended target, but it goes all the way back to Cleveland. That goal coming out of the break at the 54th minute by Lansing. That was their 11th on the season in the first 15 minutes coming out of the dressing room. And that 11 goals actually leads the league in that statistic. The foul was on Koifik, and now Souza will serve it up. Just outside the box to the side, McGrew taken down by Koifik. And just about 2 yards outside the box, Thiago Souza will serve it up. Brandon John is there at 6 feet tall, but he moves right at it. And that, well, it doesn't go into the lake, but it certainly was well off the mark. An opportunity that Souza's shaking his head about. And you see he just lifted it. Ball just took enough of a bounce to stay low and hit the fence before it found its way to the lake. Over the head of Moon, but headed by N4, sent backwards by Quintero. Now here's Bender. Chipping it out wide and nowhere near Moises Tablante, and the Lions struggling to hit the mark on their passes. That's knocked down the pitch, headed back by Hill. Lansing sending it into the air, settled down by Gomez. All the way back to Cleveland. 2 substitutions on the evening so far, both of them by Roberto Zabaja. Kobiose Wusu being lifted for Souza, and Rafa Santos coming out for Quintero. Good job by N4 to stay on the ball. Moon working towards the 18, slides it forward. N4 well defended, slips, falls, and that ball goes out of play. And Herrera will kick this one away in the 63rd minute. Lansing's up 2-0, powered by the 22nd minute goal by Javier Gomez. And the Rafa Mintz again Gets the goal in the 54th minute. Lansing back on it. They're going to go all the way back. And here's Koifik. Gets it from Fricky. And you see Nate Miller's trying to get Alex Bruce involved. Ball is sent back the other way. Fricky. And that ball is sent forward. Moon can't control it. It's sent out of play. Orlando Health is proud to be the official medical team of Orlando City Soccer Club. From orthopedics and sports medicine to virtually every medical specialty, Orlando Health has physicians throughout Central Florida to provide the care you need when you need it. Choose Orlando Health. And here's Moon. Nick Moon, the 23-year-old out of Wales, Wisconsin. Loose ball that's going to be covered up by Herrera. We saw that often in the first 45 minutes. Driven out and out of play. Headed out of play by Souza. Mo Shabani's evening is over as Carr comes in for him in the 65th minute.
Substitution for Lansing United FC in the 65th minute. Leaving the game is number 23, Tumi Moshabane. He's replaced by number 8, Kyle Carr.
So here is Kyle Carr. Carr has 1 goal on the season through 643 minutes. And here's Souza sliding it out. Amir controlling it. Silva. Strong left foot, but off the mark, intended for Tablante. Mintz again, working on Jordan Hill. Mintz again into the middle. Lansing building their attack. Now Moon sliding it out for Gomez. And that's too heavy. Moon's not going to get there. And Herrera gets to kick this one away. Right foot, long distance. Out of play. Herrera, 2 unforced errors. Trying to get things started in Lansing. Already up 2-0, in control of the ball. Fricky across for Koifik. Rain has started to fall here at Mount Verde. Lansing with the build-up. Moon can't get there. Herrera comes out of the 18 to send it forward. 50-50, stays in play. Koifik sending it ahead to Bruce. Quintera got there. Here's Tablante. He loses the handle. Hill bails him out, sends it forward. Tablante on the wing. And that is timed perfectly. Lansing able to earn it back. Great defense. And now they'll just string along their passes. Well controlled with this game. Carr sending it back for Fricky. Koifik sending it forward, intended for N4. And Forbes, who has to be careful, sitting on a card and well out of his office. Forbes is the left fullback, and he found himself in the middle of the circle. And a little bit of shove. Serta, the Chilean 23-year-old, with a little bit of a shove. Stays out of the book. Here comes Lansing, working their way into the final third. Controlling those passes. Bruce back to Gomez. Out wide to Moon. Moon just outside the box, and that's punched away. Intended for N4. We'll stay where we are in the 68th, going into the 69th minute. And Carr will take this one on the right side. We get another look, and it's just precision passing for Nate Miller's squad. And Herrera getting the save. Carr out swinger coming up. Serving it up high. Herrera punching it out the other way. Lansing will track it down. Back heel by Stoneman. Lansing in control once again. Mintz again into the box, and Herrera sliding into it. Very similar to the way you would see someone sliding into second base. High-lying it out. Amir. Forbes. Quintera. Amir switching sides. Outside for Hill. Surveying his options. Doesn't like what he sees. Has to go all the way back to Herrera. Good pressure by Ignite. Silva, a little bit of running room. Has to go into the middle. Gets it back. Sliding it forward. That heavy touch means that Souza has to retreat. Trying to turn around, he does. But stood up by N4. Leading Bruce, but just too much as it's cleared out by Brandon John. Another great job by Ignite to mount an attack as you look at Moon and Nate Miller right in front of him. Moon. And there is a whistle there. That stops the opportunity as Forbes goes down. Fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States. McGrew going back. Quintera. Amir. Souza. Souza was asking for help. Finally, Forbes comes up to help out. Amir. Souza. Sliding it across. Amir, one touch. Quintera takes the shot. Rebound is there. Finds the back of the net. Credit that one to William McGrew. First goal of the season against Ignite for the Lions, and that one comes in the 71st minute. William McGrew, the 23-year-old out of Salt Lake City, played his college ball at Mercer, and he breaks through. McGrew with his second on the campaign. We get another look. Souza. Back for Amir, sent forward to Quintero. He takes the shot, the rebound is there, and McGrew is able to slide into it and put it into the back of the net. And I have said for a long time, rebounds should be a statistic in soccer and not just basketball. When you put shots on target and they can't be handled by the keeper, good things happen. William McGrew in the 71st.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for Lansing Ignite FC in the 72nd minute. Leading the game is number 17, Kevin Quaffin. He's replaced by number 2, Rice Williams.
Williams in for Koifik. That coming in the 72nd minute. Lansing looking for their third. Well defended, sent the other way. Carr. Serta sends it out wide. Here's Williams with his first touches of the evening. To Blante, fouled by Gomez, going the other way here in the 74th. John starts us up for Silva. Silva sending it forward. Souza.
Still good, still good.
Ball stays in play. Quintero into the middle. McGrew, well defended but sent out wide. Souza. The Lions, since that goal, feeling a little bit of oomph in their step. Can they tie it up? Tablante, well defended. Williams slows up the play. The Lions still on it. Silva. Forbes into the middle. Souza was trying to give and go with Forbes. Stopped up, but the Lions almost back on it. Need to play with a little bit more sense of urgency. Amir pressured by Bruce. Hill sending it forward. That's sent well down the pitch. John will gather it up. Another note on that goal by William McGrew in the 71st minute. That is the first goal scored under new manager Roberto Sabaha. Cleveland will slow things down here in the 75th minute. So we got 15 more minutes of regulation for you. Both teams have substituted twice. Both of those substitutions happened very quickly. We've had really no stoppage of play throughout the evening. We only had 1 minute of stoppage time in the first half. Game being played very, very quickly. Sent out wide. N4 just outside the box. Back for Moon. Decides to go baseline. Centers. Intercepted and cleared out by Silva. Bender with an opportunity to bring it forward. Through the circle, Quintero. Tablante working his way towards the 18, serving it into the middle. Knocked away. Throw-in coming up here, 76th minute. Nope. We're going to have a sub before that throw-in. Alex Spruce's evening is now over. Pato is going to check in for him in the 76. So the man out of Newcastle, England, who played a year ago in championship with San Antonio FC, is getting lifted for Pato. Pato with 3 goals on the season. This is his 16th appearance in League One. Bruce checks out, sitting on 3 goals. Played in his 17th game of the year. And that is all 3 substitutes for Nate Miller. So we got 1 more substitution for Orlando. All of them used up for Lansing. Brandon John sends it out wide. Sends it back into the middle. Silva. Souza. Quintero lifting it. Hill was on the chase, and we got a corner coming up. Rare corner on the evening for the Lions. Outswinger coming up. Quintero will serve it up. High in the air. Bender put his head on it. That's going to be an easy save. Early in the season, under manager, their previous manager, that would have gone short. But Quintero under Sabiha sent it into the box. N4, well defended. Working the touch line, last touched by the Lions, and in for, we'll wait for Moon to get there. Souza trying to hurry Nick Moon up. Moon gets it in for Pato. Sending it out wide for Moon, giving it right back. And that's sent past the touch line. Another throw coming up here in the 79th minute. Moon. Here's Carr working his way into the box. McGrew doing everything he can to prevent it. And he does a good job. That goal at the 71st minute by William McGrew, only the second goal on the season in that middle third of the second half. And that is how difficult goals have been to come by the Lions. Moon will go backwards. We're in the 80th minute. But the Lions did get their first goal against Lansing in those 3 outings. Lansing has 7 goals against the Lions on the season. Orlando City B, they like to score goals at the end of the games. They have scored 4 goals in the last 15 minutes of games so far this season. Is there some magic tonight under the lights here at Mount Verde Academy? And Lansing's going to do everything they can to just string together passes, nurse the clock. They did it very, very well in the first half. Stringing together those passes, doing everything they can to keep the ball away from the boys in purple. N4 turning on it. Amir in front of him, sending it out wide for Moon. Moon leading N4 again into the 18. He centers. No one home for the visitors. Goes all the way through the 6. And Hill will jog over and take this one. For the Lions, if they want to tie this game up, they're going to have to be more aggressive. They're going to have to be more precision on their passes. And they're going to have to take their rips on Cleveland. For Lansing, they've been in control of this game for the better part of the last 82 minutes. But it was that rebound by McGrew that got them on the board. Quintero was trying to start up quickly, put it into the body of a man in orange. And we started back up. Gomez has gone into the book in the 82nd minute. Ball pinballing around. Bender, and then Souza is knocked to the ground by Moon. Ball into the box. Another opportunity intended for Tablante. Comes up short, but the Lions are back on it. Lions working their way into the 18. Quintero can't get there. It's cleared out. Staying on his feet was John, but the visitors led by Carr. And that pass sent forward. N4. And he's going to miss. Hits the post. Ricochets back out. The goal was wide open for N4, and he couldn't find it. Found the post. We get another look. Gets right around John. John can't believe that N4 isn't whistled for the infraction. trying to go far post, and it ricochets away. N4 could have basically ended the game, corner coming up. And N4 just can't believe it, shaking his head. He's standing inside the 6 along with Pato. Here's Carr in swinger. Drives it, headed out. Lions are on it. Sending it forward to Blante. Can't handle it. Williams touched it last. Player down far side. Looks like to Blante. Lions still have one more substitution. Moises is up. The 18-year-old out of Venezuela came through the Orlando City Academy. U16, 17, 18, and 19. And you see the rain. And you see the bird's nest up there sitting atop the lights. The birds have camped out and had some of the best views of action here at Mount Verde Academy since OCB kicked off. Sending it forward, Herrera, 50-50. Tablante turning on it, and you see the rain is getting a little bit heavier. Here in the 85th minute. On the screen, the rain looking a little bit worse than it actually is. It's a misty rain here in Central Florida, but rain nonetheless. It will make the ball a little bit slicker. It will make the pitch a little bit slicker. Players love playing on wet surfaces. That's another situation for the keepers, but the field players absolutely love it. Throw in coming up for Hill. Long distance. Ignite on it. And they just need to play keep away for the next 5 minutes. Working their way into the final third, into the box. Still on it. Working their way back into the box. Shot all the way through the 6. Goes out of play, and it will belong to the Lions. Throw in coming up. And it will be Forbes. Forbes, who's had a solid night, picked up a card in the 13th minute. Ignite back on it. Pato for Gomez. Lays off. And the Lions doing a good job of defending. Gomez needs to be careful. He's already sitting on that card that he got in the 82nd minute. Herrera coming up. They keep it short. Sending it forward. Off the chest. Souza's on it. Last few minutes of the game. Can Orlando City find a way to muster a draw? Tablante sending it forward. No one home. Souza was going the other way. Ball over the top. Pato battling with Brandon John. John's able to get it back to the keeper. Here's Forbes. Amir out wide and out of play, and that is another example of the mistakes that the Lions have made, not just tonight, but pretty much throughout the season. One of the reasons why they're sitting bottom of the table. Going back. Throwing coming up for the Lions. Hill will have the throw, but the Lions are going to have to hurry. 88th minute, and they're down by 1. Gomez opened the scoring in the 22nd minute. Mintz again in the 54th. And then William McGrew on a rebound at the 71st. So you're caught up on the scoring as we finish up this game. And just out of play. Bender, the 18-year-old out of Orlando, leading the charge to Blante. He's got a throw coming up, so one 18-year-old to another. Hill will take it. Trying to send Tablante into the middle of the pitch, goes back to Bender, who gives it back. And a foul on the outside. Hill is down and slow to get up. Tablante will come over to help out, as it was actually a foul now in the 89th minute. And there is the Barbasol. Heavy pour by Encarnacion. Tablante surveying his options. Scoring opportunity for the Lions. Lifting it into the box, headed out by Lansing. And then cleared out. Another throw in coming up. Quintero quickly going backwards. We're in the 90th minute. Amir back to Herrera, sending it forward. Lansing stepping in front. The Lions need to possess the ball if they want to get the equalizer. Hill, Quintero, trying to be a one-man wrecking crew. Whistled for that infraction there. Injured player down is Rafa Mintz again. And the Brazilian slow to get up. Played his college ball at Valparaiso. Player of the month in League One in July. He'll have to stay in the game despite that limp, as all three substitutes for Nate Miller have been used. We've got 4 minutes of added time for your viewing pleasure. Hill. And he'll give it over for Herrera. And Herrera will go to kick this one away, send everyone forward in a purple kit. Now decide to work it into the middle. Strong right foot. Gets past the stripe, gets past Souza. There's McGrew gathering it up. Last touched by Stoneman. And Orlando City just needs to stay organized. Forbes throws it in, gets it to Quintero. Quintero doing everything he can to stay on it. Lions need to stay on the other side of the pitch. John Silva sliding it forward. Heavy touch by Souza, but he stays on it, working its way into the middle. Gets his pocket picked, comes back, picks it back up, able to keep it in play, has to come back to help himself out. Forbes loses the handle, N4 will move it forward. Flag is up near the middle of the pitch. We're a minute and a half into that 4 minutes. The Lions have to stay organized, have to stay composed, have to stay on the ball, and that is not an unforced error that they needed. That pass intended for Moises Tablante. And now Williams will take his time, nurse the clock, and do everything he can to preserve this win for the visitors. And that is sent well down the pitch and out of play. 2+ minutes gone. Hill. Silva. Silva will carry it forward. Long distance pass into the corner. Forbes cleared out by Stoneman, then headed out. Sent all the way down the pitch, and Herrera's going to have to hurry. John going to the outside. Hill couldn't control it, cleared out by Lansing. That will go out of play. John will throw it in quickly. He'll go back to Herrera. We're in the 4th minute of added time. Time running out for the Lions if they want to tie this one up. Pato putting enough pressure on, slowing things down. Chipping long distance. Quintero trying to turn over it. Heavy touch, loses the handle. Cleared out by Lansing. Lansing doing exactly what they need to do, and Orlando helping them. Tablante throwing it in to Amir. Back for Silva. For Silva going back. Hill sending it forward. Ball is sent out of play. Seconds remaining in this game. Stolen away. And that's going to do it. 2-1 is your final. Gomez and Mintz again for Nate Miller. He shakes hands with Roberto Sabaha, and Sabaha sees William McGrew get his first goal as a manager in the 71st minute. And Lansing, for the moment, sitting atop the table in League One action. Player down, looking like Jordan Bender. And Fricky's going to go and check on him, as will Cleveland. Long night for the 18-year-old out of Orlando. Pepper coming over to check on him. He'll stretch him out. And time for us to go to the highlights from 94 minutes of action. 95 if you include the 1 minute of added time in the first half. When the sun was out, this is what happened. First goal, pinballing around and then back of the net, 22nd minute by Gomez. The assist going to N4. And the celebration. The fans came a long distance. And when day became night, Herrera sending it forward. N4 just happened to lead the charge. The big buildup. Ball inside the 18. Off the body of Forbes. And then finding the back of the net. The Brazilian in the 54th minute volleys it home. It's 2-0 for Nate Miller and company. That's the 7th goal in 3 games against the Lions for Ignite. The Lions had not scored until now. Quintero takes the shot. The rebound is put back by William McGrew in the 71st minute. And then an opportunity for N4 to get on the board himself, but he goes far post and it bangs away. And N4 unable to pick up another one. And that is the way we end it, folks. We go to the statistics. Ignite on the ball 60% of the time throughout the game. Shots on target 4-3 in favor of the visitors. The shots 17, only 7 versus 13. But the only stat that ever matters is the one up top. Lansing with 2 goals versus OCB with 1. And right now, we're going to update those standings. There is Lansing, 23 games, 36 points. 1 point better than North Texas, but North Texas has only played 19 games. OCB has now played 22, and they have 13 on the season. We really appreciate you being with us here in Mount Verde Academy throughout the evening on ESPN+. For our entire crew here at Mount Verde and back in the studio, I am Bruce Silverman. Thanks for being with us. We really appreciate it. 2-1 your final. Congratulations to Ignite.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.